50,000 people have already signed up. You can do it from the comfort of your own home. You're helping science, it's free, and it's great for your mental health too. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the RSPB Big Garden Birdwatch, which is happening the 26th to the 28th of January. It's one of the biggest citizen science projects in the UK, and the RSPB are asking everyone in the UK to just sit for an hour on any of those dates, 26th, 27th, 28th, watch birds, record the results and send them into them. You can do it, as I say, from the comfort of your own home with a cup of tea and a piece of cake, or wrap up warm and go to your local park, watch the birds, record them, send the results into the RSPB. It couldn't be simpler. Now, we all know that one thing that attracts garden birds to our gardens and to our parks is food sources. And today on the Virtual Village Hall, I'm going to show you how to make a really quick, simple, easy, and pretty much free bird feeder. Hopefully you'll have everything you already need at home or kind of in the garden. Hopefully the only thing you're going to have to buy is possibly a bag of wild bird seed. So I've got everything in front of me. So I'm going to pop you down. I'll talk through what you need, how to make it, and I'll also tell you how to sign up for the Big Garden Birdwatch. Okay, are you ready? Let's get started. So the first thing that you will need is your plastic bottle. So this one is about 1 litre or 1.25 litres. You can also use the smaller ones. They work well too. Maybe do smaller ones and have lots hanging around the garden. You'll need some sticks that are just bigger than your bottle. You'll need something to make some holes in the bottle. I've got an awl that I use in bookmaking, but you can also use just like a drawing pin, that sort of thing, to make some holes. As Sharpie pens, quite good because we're going to have to draw some circles on here to make the little feeding holes. A nice pair of small sharp scissors or a craft knife, some string, your wild bird seed, and then possibly a bowl or something just to catch any seed that goes astray. You will also need, I mean not absolutely necessary, but this is quite useful, just a piece of thin card or paper. That's going to make a funnel so that we can put our wild bird seed into our finished bird feeders. Okay, let's start with the bottle. We are going to just remove any labels. You want to make sure that this is clean and as dry as possible. This could actually be a little bit drier, but just make sure. It's very difficult to dry out the inside of a plastic bottle without cutting into it completely. But just as dry, clean and as dry as you can get it. Remove the labels. Remove the lid. And we're going to start with the lid actually. So we just want to make 2 holes in the lid using your drawing pin or your, what I'm going to call an awl. So I want to make a hole just either side, and this is for our string to go through. So just very carefully right the way through. Depending on the thickness of your string, so I'm just using this garden twine, the jute twine, but you could probably use wool, you could use any sort of a nylon string. I'm just going to, because it's a little bit thicker, I'm just going to make a couple more holes just to make that one hole nice and big. So just take your time. There we go. Just going to go back through there as well. And that's it. And let's cut our string too. So you could do it about an arm's width. There's no real measurement here. It's just enough for you to put through the bottle top, and to be able to hang. A little bit fiddly this bit. So you want to go through the top and then through the top again. I think I'm just going to make that slightly bigger. Try and make it as pointy as I can. Will it behave and come through? Yes, it will. That's good. So just pull that, and that's your string. That's going to go back on the top to create our hanging. Okay, let's move on to the bottle now. First and foremost, we want to make some drainage holes. So just in case this does get wet and some of the water gets in from the rain, then we just need to make some drainage holes. So again, just really carefully make some drainage holes in the base. Plastic's a bit thick there. Just do some more at the sides. Oh, that's really thick, that plastic. Just going to use tea towel. And one more. There we go. That's the drainage holes done. Now we want to make the holes for our perches so the birds can perch on it. And just very carefully make one hole one side, turn it over and make a hole the other side. Now taking your scissors, I'm going to make just a little cross. So snip just above the hole, to the left of the hole, at the bottom of the hole, and then to the right of the hole. Can always make them bigger if we need to. And the same the other side. Take one of your pieces of stick and thread it through. So we've got our little perch for the birds. Now we want to do this again at a 90-degree angle. So do it a little distance above. So make another hole one side, make another hole the other, which is probably about there as the other side. And make that cross again. Snip above, at the left, at the bottom, and to the right of the hole. Do that on both sides. So if you're just joining us, we are getting ready for the RSPB Big Garden Bird Watch. We're making bird feeders out of plastic bottles and sticks, and then filling them with wild bird feed. If you're watching today live, please do say hello. Drop us a little hello in the comments. We always like to know where you're watching from. And if you like watching the birds, let us know which birds you regularly come to your garden and if you'll be taking part in the Garden Bird Watch this year. Now what we need to do, once we put our perches in, we just need to make a small feeding hole just above the perches. So what I'm actually going to do is take these out now that I'm happy with the spacing there. And just above the crosses that we've made, I'm going to just draw with the Sharpie pen, or you could just do this by eye if you wanted, just a small hole about the size of a 5p piece. And then I'm going to cut that out with scissors. Firstly, making a small hole with your awl or your drawing pin. Just makes it easier to get into the plastic first off. So if you've never heard of the RSPB Garden Bird Watch, it's a citizen science project that happens around this time every year. And the RSPB asks everyone in the UK to watch birds for about an hour during the dates of the 26th, 27th or 28th. I think it's a Friday, Saturday and Sunday. That's in January. Just watch them for an hour, record what you see and then send them the results. Now, if you haven't signed up already, then after watching today's video, you can do that. Just pop along to rspb.org.uk and it's on their homepage how to sign up. I believe that they've had so many sign-ups this year, you can't actually get any paperwork through, but you can still do it online. So you can still just make up your own little data sheet and record the birds that you see. Now there's a special way to record the birds. You don't record every single bird that either flies over or every single bird that lands in your garden. They only want to know the birds that land in your garden, but the highest number of those birds that you see at any one time. But if you pop over to their website, then all will be made clear. They've got some graphics that sort of helps you get it into your head how you need to record them. Then you need to just, once you've signed up and you've watched your birds and counted them, then you just need to send the results through. It's just an online form. Send the results through to the RSPB and that will all get recorded. And it's really important because it shows, you know, how well our garden birds are doing and the wild birds are doing. You know, which ones are suffering, which ones are doing well. So it really can help conservation work. So we're doing our little bit towards the environment. We're being part of science. And you can do it as a family. It's great fun for the children to join in. And this is a really nice way to encourage birds into your garden to set up a bird feeder. Now, if you're used to feeding the birds, then you'll know that they do take a little time to get used to something. So just once you put these feeders out, don't expect birds that same day. You might be lucky, they might come in, but they need a bit of time to really get used to the bird feeder, make sure it's safe. But before you know it, just in quite a short time, within a week, you should be getting birds coming into your garden, feeding from the feeders. There we go. So as you can see, we've got our empty clean bottle. I've made some crosses to put our perches through, which are just sticks, and then these small holes above the perches about the size of a 5p, and that's where they'll be able to feed from. We now need to fill the bird feeder up with our wild bird seed. There we go. So I think I'll just bring this up slightly so you can see that better. And what I've done to make it easy, I'm going to create a funnel. So I've just got a piece of thin card, and I just want to make that into a cone shape, leaving an amount, sort of a small hole at the end. I've just got a bit of tape to hold it in place. Hopefully that will stay. And I'm just going to use a bowl underneath to catch any seed that falls out of the holes as I do it. I've got a bit of a blockage. There we go. Then tie the screw the bottle top back on. Okay. And you're ready to hang your recycled garden bird feeder in your garden. So go for somewhere that's slightly sheltered, somewhere that birds can perch and then fly on. They like to feel safe, so don't do it in a really exposed place. But within no time at all, sort of I would say within a week, you'll probably have birds feeding. If they're still not feeding after a week, just wait a little bit longer. It's a little bit of a game of patience. So there, you're ready for the RSPB Big Garden Bird Watch. Sign up at rspb.org.uk. Please do let us know if you're taking part, and also what birds you regularly see in your garden. We love to hear on the Virtual Village Hall. And if you've got any photos as well of any bird feeders that you make, please do put them on the comments. We always like to see them. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope if you're taking part in the Garden Bird Watch, you have a great time. You have a really enjoyable hour or so, and you see some interesting birds, maybe some birds that you never even knew visited your garden. So thank you again, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.